Many people will ask, why the Primrose? Well, there are three reasons why the Primrose was chosen in 1883 by the League for both its name and its symbol. The first reason is that the formation of the League was inspired by the politics of former Prime Minister Benjamin Disraeli, 1st Earl of Beaconsfield. More about him in a moment. When he died in 1881, Queen Victoria sent a wreath of primroses from her estate at Osborne on the Isle of Wight to his funeral. She attached to that wreath a note saying that she was aware that the primrose was his favourite flower, despite the fact that nobody else knew that. The depth of public feeling at his passing, combined with the symbolism of the Queen's wreath, led to many people marking the anniversary of Disraeli's death by wearing primroses on their lapels on the 19th of April every year. That was the date of his death. This practice was popular until it was replaced soon after World War I by Remembrance Day and the poppy. The second reason is that the primrose is one of the first flowers to bloom in the spring. Its old Latin and English name is in fact primula, meaning first, and it's taken in folklore to symbolise youth, energy, renewal and optimism, all of which are of course very relevant to what we need today in the UK. The third reason is that although it grows across Western and Southern Europe, the primrose is a very British flower. So, returning to Benjamin Disraeli, why Disraeli? What's his relevance? Well, Disraeli was the inspiration, not the founder, the inspiration of the Primrose League, as the originator of the one nation political philosophy, although he himself probably never used that phrase. But he believed that we are all of us living in these islands of one nation. And he expressed his concern for the condition of the nation and the gaps between rich and poor, the haves and have-nots. In this way, he wrote that there were two nations, between whom there is no intercourse and no or little sympathy, who are ignorant of each other's habits, thoughts and feelings, as if they were dwellers in different zones or inhabitants of different planets. Well, we've got a great deal of polarisation in the UK today as well, both of an economic and social sort, but also politically. In any case, in the years after his death, the concept of one nation evolved, and the Conservatives and the patriotic working class came to share common outlooks and beliefs. And Disraeli had also argued for policies that benefit the urban working class. He was a Democrat, and he broadened the franchise to a far greater range of people, giving them the vote. At the time, as is increasingly the case today, Liberals were regarded as the urban elite, and somewhat out of touch with the patriotic working class. Disraeli was also a patriot, who sought to maintain the power, the glory, and of course the influence of Britain. His career, which encompassed the authorship of novels, is said to have fascinated Victorian Britain, making him one of the most eminent figures in Victorian public life. His life was considered as a romance in itself by many people. Disraeli, it's also been said, actually made his novels come true. Perhaps we need to reignite some of that magic. He was seen by many, including some members of his own party, as an adventurer and a charlatan, but he was seen by others as a far-sighted and patriotic statesman. His courage, quickness of wit, capacity for affection, and freedom from sordid motives earned himself a position of trust and credibility. His ambition was of the nobler sort. Some critics have said that he brought politics nearer to poetry, or at all events to poetical prose, than any other English politician has done. Today, our social and political world has of course evolved from the Victorian era, and the League has itself emerged in a slightly new form. However, we do remain true to the basic principles of one nation politics, that we are one nation under one flag, under the monarch. And you can read more about the origin of the Primrose League and about our beliefs, our mission and objects, and indeed you can join us at www.primroseleague.uk.